Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. It's me, Bote Patra. Today I'm going to talk about how I slept on the street in New York City, how I use positive mindset, prayers and exercise to overcome this challenge. I know most of you will be shocked to hear this. I know it's very hard to believe that someone can be homeless in the USA, especially friends and relatives from Cameroon. It will be very hard for them to believe that someone can be homeless in America. Uh, Me too, when I left Cameroon back in the days, I thought I was just gonna live a life free of stress, no struggle. If someone had ever told me that I was gonna be a homeless at least a day in America, I wouldn't have believed. I wouldn't even curse out that person because anyway, if I choose to talk about this, it is just to encourage you. Encourage most of you who are facing similar situations so you will not lose hope. Always remember there will be joy in the morning. After the storm, always come peace, In order to pull through this kind of challenge, you need a positive mindset. You need exercise to balance those hormones in your brain, especially a lot of prayer. Now, let's get on with my story. When I was a freshman at BMCC, one university in New York called Baruch of Manhattan Community College, as a student, I was still braiding hair to make a living. When I got accepted to the school in New York, I was still commuting from New Jersey to New York until I could find a room to rent not far from the school. Finally, I was able to relocate in New York. I was renting a room with other students. It became more convenient for me to go to school without traveling all the way from New Jersey to New York. I felt so lucky and proud to attend school in Manhattan, which is most of the beautiful place on earth. I just couldn't stop admiring the beauty of the city, especially those tall buildings. Few months down the road, I found myself kicked out of the apartment because I couldn't keep up with my rent fee. I didn't have enough customer that moment to braid their hair in order to pay my rent. Uh, I remember that day I went to school with my suitcase with my belongings inside. I was rolling my suitcases in the school building like I was going on the trip or something. Only God knows what I was going through. I told my best friend that I couldn't pay my rent, that I got kicked out of my apartment. She was a girl from Nigeria. We had some common classes together, but different major. My major was pre-med and she was doing social worker. She was still living with her parents. She promised to take me, with her and beg her parents to see if they can let me stay in their house until I found a place to go. Unfortunately, it didn't work out. Her father was very strict. She was my only hope at that time. She promised to contact some of her friends in Harlem to see if they can help me. At the meantime, I was sleeping on the street close to the school until I found a place to go. I was freshening up in the school bathroom daily, where I kind of like managed to take a quick bath. Seeing me, I was still looking really good as I was about to go out on the date or something. No one could imagine what I was going through. Of course, I was very stressed and so worried about my condition. But I choose to be strong and courageous. I keep up with my daily exercise by going to the gym at least 3 times a week after class. Finally, my friend and I was able to convince one of our friends, a boy from Uganda, to take me in his apartment until I was able to find a place to go. So we went to his place. The boy was very nice to me. He had me sleep in his couch while he was sleeping in his bedroom. Few days after that, one day around like 1 a.m., the guy woke me up and wanted to abuse me sexually. So I refused. He said if I don't sleep with him, he's gonna kick me out of his apartment. So I got sent out that night around like 1 close to 2 a.m. I kept rolling my suitcase and went back around the school campus where I kind of like hang out until morning. Lucky me, it was Manhattan, one of the most safe place on earth. If not, I would have been raped, you know. At the meantime, my friends from Nigeria, she continued to work so hard to connect me with her friends in Harlem. She finally was able to have them to have me staying with them, you know. It was about 5 students sharing like a 2 bedroom apartment. It was 6 including me. They had me stay in the living room with 2 other girls, and the boys was in the bedroom. So I was continue going from Harlem to school. So yeah, one day me and my friend was walking down the school building. One limousine come next to me. I was with my friend. They gave me the card, you know. They handed me like a business card and said that they from the modeling company, that I should just call them and come and check it out, you know. It continued by saying that I look exactly on what they've been looking for. I refused to take the business card. I was being really careful as I always did. I was scared. So my friend took the card on my behalf and convinced me to go, you know. As I was thinking about my current situation, being a homeless, sleeping on the couch in an apartment full of boys and girls, you know. Although those boys and girls were very nice to me, they were not abusive. They were so sweet, treating me like a sister, you know. My heart kept telling me that this could be a great opportunity. We can change my life, you know, especially with my current situation as a homeless. At that time, I was being skeptical about the decision I made. I didn't want to be used by anyone in the city. I took the model company car, and I gave it a try. It worked out pretty well for me. I was doing that as a part-time job, busy with photo shooting and practice. I was able to do commercial modeling and magazine for few years, until I had enough money. I had so much money that I got a place for myself. I continued modeling until I transferred to Adelphi University, where I got a spot on campus. So before I transferred, right, my modeling company selected me to go to Hawaii to play in one movie of Bruce Willis. They needed an African girl who was gonna play a servant in the movie, and I was the chosen one. So we were going to stay in Hawaii for about 5 months until completion of the movie. So my hands was so tight. I didn't know what to choose, or becoming a movie star or continue with my education. Although the money was great, but my education means a lot to me. As I was given a profound thought about all this, I could still hear my father's voice in my mind as he repeatedly said to me at the airport when I was getting ready to board the plane. My dad always called me Manny Mazzaccio, as I was named after his mom. My dad said, please, Manny, I don't want to see you dancing behind Beyonce on TV. Please take your studies seriously. My dad knew how dancing was my passion. I was very popular on TV in Cameroon, dancing with famous musicians of my country. Thinking of all this made me choose not to go to Hawaii and choose my education. I was heartbreaking seeing my team traveling to Hawaii. I cried for days, for weeks, for months. I kept telling myself, I hope I didn't miss a lifetime opportunity, you know. I spoke with my relationship, my relation, friends prior to that, you know, they all keep encouraging me to stay with my education, not to go to Hawaii. Today, I'm really proud. I really don't regret. I'm glad I choose my education. Education is something that you can't really trade out. It's really important, you know. I just want you to see how difficult it was for me, how challenges life was in New York. It was not easy. Now all is much better. While I was facing those difficulties, what really helped me overcome this storm was my prayer. I was so prayerful. I chose to seek God's face during those hard times, especially when I was sleeping on the street at that critical moment. I needed God intervention. I needed his miracle more than anything else. I kept telling myself, I'm not alone. God is with me. I will not be a victim, but an overcomer. I will always call on Jesus to cover me with his precious blood, to protect me. I had a very strong faith to the point that I didn't lose my joy. Even when I was rolling my suitcase in school, in the school building, I was still looking good with a smile on my face, as I was going. I was like the most happy girl on earth. But deep down on me, I didn't even know where I was gonna spend the night. Nobody know that I was carrying around my belongings in my suitcase because I didn't have nowhere to go, nowhere to sleep. Although I was going through those storms, I couldn't stop thanking God for bringing me here in America, from the ghetto in Cameroon to a town called Career, you know, all the way to America. Even though I was homeless, all I could see was a bright future full of success. The more I was praying, the stronger I became. I was still full of life. In school, people loved being around me. God keeps sending people in my way to help me, to guide me like angel. I became an overcomer because of my faith, because I choose to walk by faith, not by sight. Today I am God glory in the eye of the world. Now people see me as someone God that give it all without knowing what I've been through. In the other hand, I could have choose to let my problems swallow me up, or go into severe depression, go into drug or prostitution, Instead, I choose to trust in God, to see things by faith, not by sight. I choose to have a strong and positive mindset. I still continue with my routine workout, no matter how horrible my situation was. I didn't give up at all. Today, I want to encourage you. If you are facing any difficulty in your life, please don't give up. Have faith in God and continue praying. You will become a victory, not a victim. Remember, if you lose hope, you will not make it. It will just make the matter worse. Just focus on the solution, not the problem. Focus on your goal, on what you want to achieve. For some of you who come from a very poor place like me in Cameroon, use that as a form of encouragement to kind of like boost you up, so you will not give up, so you can still have that urge to make a difference and to succeed. During hard time, I would advise you to only see one way out: success, not failure. We are coming to the end of our video. It was a pleasure sharing with you this profound event of my life. I'm doing this because I care about you, and I want you to feel empowered, to feel motivated. If I was able to come out of this, I know you can still come out of it. You can even do better than what I did. Try this. I'm sure that you will testify one day, just like I'm testifying today. I will see you next week for our next video on how to cope with stress. Thanks for listening. Love you. Bye.